20 minutes past midday, and it's time for a big discussion what around town, and we are asking you today, well, first can we start with the battle lines have been drawn. Me, I'm just saying, well, from here till South Africa, understand, they are going to interact with other children. So your issues might leak into someone else's home. At least the conversation will, at some point. I will start by asking DJ Absolute, at what age did you own a mobile phone? Because, no, it's true to say the truth to shame the devil, so that you understand that Absolute and I have not started this conversation to judge anybody.
Yes.
I had my mobile phone when I was in Form 1. Yeah. I was 14 years old in Form 1. That was my parents' decision. My parents are not my children's parents. I am my child's parent. So whatever decision I make might not be the same decisions my parents made. Mobile phones back then were very different. We had the button. It looked like a calculator. I had a 3310 Nokia that I used to change the cover to match my outfits. Mostly pink. Woo-wee. Hello. DJ Absolute.
Yes.
What age did you have your mobile phone?
I was 13.
13.
So that was in high school, basically. Yeah, I was given by my dad. Same make, 33.
You were 13 in Form 1?
No, not in Form 1. Okay, 14. There, 13, 14. Don't worry.
14.
Thereabout.
Yeah.
So, I got my mobile phone when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 14, 15. Okay.
Yeah, let's say 13, 14, 15. Thereabout. Just know it's up to 14.
Only part of Standard 8. Because you Form 1, you are 14.
Don't worry. Let's just say.
No. We are trying to keep it honest. No judgment.
But I got my mobile phone when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Because I used to remember leaving it behind. And I tell you, they used to write numbers on people. Yeah. So I got mine when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So I won't judge anyone if they gave their child earlier.
I wanted us to keep it honest. That's the reason why I was really mindful about the age. So that someone knows that you're not here to judge. Even if you say you gave your child their mobile phone at birth. Yeah. You're like, Mama, pacifier. Tululu. What do you call them?
Katululu.
And pacifier munyonyo. And, that's your life.
It's still fine, by the way.
Yes. But we need to remember that our mobile phones didn't have the internet in the way they have them now. There's so many dangers lacking. By the way, it's not a question of price, because let's be honest, you can get a phone for about 2,000 bob now. Those katululus you're talking about, the one that is a mobile device, as in to speak to someone, a phone that moves around with you. You understand? The most basic of gadgets. But now there's the internet. So there's smartphones. I'm like, I want to know the use and the need for one at those early ages, because my daughter has an iPad. My daughter has an iPad. It has no SIM card. The dad removed the SIM card. So what does she do? When she was in kindergarten, they had a portal that an educative portal for the school called Seesaw. So teachers would put assignments there and notes on their subjects for the semester, the term. So even when they were on summer break or any other holidays, they would still be learning. And even every single day, if your child is sick or for whatever reason they're out of school, they would still have like remedial lessons there, like uploaded. If it's Psalms for math, if it's something to do with language or a story to read, they'd upload books and stuff like that. So for educational purposes, of course, and then COVID also happened when my daughter was smack in the middle of kindergarten. So of course they had online classes then. The most hilarious thing I've ever witnessed in my life. Sit down, Joshua. Joshua, sit down. Sit down, Joshua. Don't put that in your mouth. I laughed to death, by the way. So you understand. I understand that the world has changed. But I mean, what does a 5-year-old need a mobile phone? Who are they calling because you live with them? DJ Absolute, what do you think?
As I said, like what you said, I understand by preference.
Yes.
Yeah. The guys who have given their toys as young as 5, to some to play with.
Yes.
Some just because, I can give my child a phone. So let me buy for them.
Because I can.
Because I can. Yeah, the people because I can, I will buy. The people because I didn't have that life, I want my child to have that life. So let me buy them the basics, what I did now. Nowadays,
but I'm like, Aki Nani John. Johnny, you are 55. There was no mobile when you were young. That's why your parents bought for you the kamba for the goat. Because that was your only pet.
And there are some others who maybe they work far off. and there are some things they prefer to say directly to the child.
Yeah.
Not in the presence of.
And also parents who don't live with each other.
Yes.
When people are co-parenting.
When people are co-parenting.
Because before the baby is given the phone, maybe they are told some hurtful things. Your dad is a toot.
Yeah.
Or your mom, she left us for a man with more money.
Yeah.
So like you're saying, I would prefer to speak to my child.
Directly.
Yeah.
So
without
even if some people, when they're comparenting, when this toy has come for the visit, he goes back with the phone and like, Mommy,
I've been bought
for a phone, because the dad wants to speak directly. However, there are very many dangers on the internet right now. There's TikTok, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's WhatsApp, there's Tinder, Snapchat, all those things.
Mimi, first, there are predators.
Yes.
There's people, there's child porn sites. Let me tell you, someone sent me absolute one video. Dij, the artist.
Yeah.
Dij said, but we met or whatever. And he was like, you're a parent now. He's like, let me share something with you. He sent for me a clip that absolutely changed my mind. There's even YouTube pages that start off with Baby Shark, and in the middle they have Batman sleeping with who? You understand? So there's dangers lacking everywhere. So that's why when you see people cautious, or when you see people trying to preach caution when it comes to mobile gadgets and the internet and children and minors, don't tell me about YouTube Kids and whatever. I'm just saying there's so many dangers lacking. Can you imagine how many people, even who are in the village, who are just jacked their personal details from just going to the wrong site? So can you imagine? There's so many dangers. Sorry, you were saying.
No, yeah, the same thing. Like, that's what I was about to say. About there'll be hackers, there'll be theft, because our children walk around. And children are so innocent. Yeah, may I have a phone? And they'll show you the SIM, blah, blah, blah. If it's not in a control like Esto. Yeah. And also it breeds jealousy amongst others. As guys, me, I have a phone. My mom bought me a phone. We're like 6 years old.
Yeah.
You haven't bought for your daughter a phone, or your son a phone. The daughter comes and says, Mom, why haven't you bought for me? You're telling him, no, I'll buy for you when you're maybe this age. So amongst them, there is that creation of jealousy. There's that creation of, why do they have and me, I don't have. Yeah. But also at the same time, you can, for lack of a better word, you can regulate what they...
So you're pro kids having mobile gadgets early, but what age? At what age is early absolute?
I'm like me, 14 thereabout, because
now they have their own small life.
14 now, you know what is what. At least you have an idea. Let me just say, you have an idea of
in your head. Don't talk to strangers. Don't go to certain sites.
Exactly. So, but even at 14, still you'll want to regulate, because I'm sure me, when my dad used to take my phone, I have a feeling like they used to go through messages. But hey, I didn't mind, because I was still there to eat.
Every single time I would even want to look at my mom, like eye roll, but the phone would be taken back. So it was always just, was...
But you see,
I was punished with the same phone. It was really crazy.
For them, it was... Imagine that time, without even having that internet and nini, we were still regulated.
True.
Yeah. So now what's stopping the regulation? Now it's even worse.
I think it's scary. I think the older the better, because it does come with some form of responsibility. And I'm not talking about like airtime and whatever. I can even I can be buying for you minutes and bundles, So I don't have a problem with the financial aspect, And I'm not going to buy ridiculousness, because I'm seeing children who are 6 years old with phones that are 200K. I'm like, come on now, come on. What do you want this child to aspire to do for themselves if you won't let them even try and reach for certain things in their lives, Mimi, first I would start off with the basicest phone. I'll be like, what's your cheapest smartphone? Kuna ya 7 funga hiyo. Hakuna ya 5. But yeah, you get. I'm like, just functionality, because people are going the whole way with phones. People are pulling up stops. Children have better gadgets than their teachers. How do you think this teacher even feels? You understand the same thing that you're saying, that it's also breeding jealousy. It's bringing about so many conversations that shouldn't be had at that time. So if it's to simply communicate with their friends, they have a Bible study group for WhatsApp. Like hell they do. But that's what you keep telling yourself, Mama Musa. No problem. Just buy that mobile phone. But like Absolute said, there must be rules. There must be rules. You must regulate. You can't just hand them gadgets and you're like, thank you, ma'am. Just, say a prayer and
my
leave
pal
them.
had to take TikTok off her child's Simu
Yeah.
because of the things they started watching. One day,
So they can't just download for themselves.
that thing, she checks that phone like religiously. She said that's the only way she can do, because one day I passed and I saw the things that the daughter was watching, and I was like, hey.
Now WhatsApp, you can put your biometric to access WhatsApp. You can have a code. So your child refuses and tells you they won't give you the passcode. What happens? Now phones have pictures that you can hide. So they can hide things in plain sight. I'm like, you need to know the dangers that come with it. And if you're okay, please be my guest. Sign up. Let your children have those gadgets. But there's a warning. You can't blame anyone but yourself. Should they fall prey to all these dangers that are lacking?
Yes.
That's what I'll say. We can take a short break. When we come back, Absolute can give us his closing remarks, and then we can read your very many comments from here and all the other countries that border us. So north, south, east, west, south. Good God, you all have a lot to say today. And the question, in case you just joined in, at what age should